Hi everybody, welcome to this video. Today we're going to take a look at this 1965 Ford Mustang GT Fastback. This car it has a really special place in my heart because I've always wanted a 1965 Ford Mustang, but as a kid it's pretty unreachable to kind of go out and buy a pretty kind of average expensive car. But here's the story. Back in 2018 I was diagnosed with cancer, which influenced my life, my family's life, and my friends' life. To kind of get through the hard times, my dad and my mother, they surprised me with a pretty amazing gift. This gift was something I will never forget. One day, driving home from the hospital, my dad told me, "Do you want a Mustang?" And I said, huh? I was kind of confused because it seemed like it may be a joke, but then it seemed realistic at the same time. So I said, "Yeah, I think, but are you joking or something?" As time went by, we got home and he actually confirmed that he was not lying. They have actually surprised me with the Mustang. We just got to find the car. So during my treatments and all my life at the hospital, I sat in the bed getting my medication. I searched for Mustangs because it was kind of a relief to get the mindset on something else instead of just trying to get through the medication. I had something to reach out for. I had something to, felt like I have something to live for. But as time went by, we found this car on, I think it was classiccars.com in 2018. And at first my dad said, I think this car is pretty nice, and I tried to talk him away from it and tried to, oh, look at this pretty blue Mustang in a Chevy color. And then he said, no, not a Chevy color, we need to get this Mustang. And as time went by, I actually fell in love with this car more than I have ever fell in love with anything else. And now when the car sits in this garage, I always go out to this car because this car, it has, I feel like it has a soul not found in other cars. But yeah, but we got the car, it got shipped to Denmark. It originally sold out of Louisville, Kentucky in 1965, where it stayed until not 1997, but 2012. The car was painted in 1997. So, but in 2012, the guy that had the car, he fell in the hard times, and then the car was sold to Texas. From Texas, the car sat in the garage for, I think it was 6 years, but only drove 500 miles. And that's not a lot of miles during 6 years. So, but afterwards the car was put on a list, and we found it on the website, classiccars.com, listed for a reasonable price. It has options. It has the GT package, and my dad and I, we verified it to make sure it was a real GT, so we didn't overpay the price for the car. And yeah, it has a lot of unique options not found in other GT cars. This car is an automatic, which is a really rare option on the GT cars. Most of the cars I see from the GT perspective is manual, whether it's a 3-speed manual or 4-speed manual. This car also has air conditioning. It is, I think back then it was a $250 option, correct me if I'm wrong. This car, as I said, was purchased new in Louisville, Kentucky in 1965, where it stayed for a lot of years until 2012. This car originally came in ivy green. It's a more greenish color than this color. This color is a mix between gray and green, and it has a lot of pearl in it, which means when it's out in the sun, it might seem green, but when it's in the garage, as now, it might seem gray. So that's why her nickname is Camille. It comes from chameleon, because a chameleon, it changes its colors. And also, I think it was 1970s, in the beginning of the 1970s, this car was purchased by another owner, and he did some performance upgrades to the engine, but only the K code, as the high performance engines, had this unique badge. So some small options were made, and this car, when it takes off, it's pretty fast. So I think the owner back in the 70s might have made some custom performance upgrades or something. But yeah, Also, this owner, he was more a kind of a racing guy, so he purchased this car and had it painted white in Wimbledon white with blue Shelby stripes. If you take a look in this book, you can actually see this picture here. It is the white, Wimbledon white with blue Shelby stripes. And this car has only been painted, I think it's only have been painted 2 times during its lifetime. First time in the 70s to this white color, and then later on in 1997 to this gray-green color. As we call it, hillbilly green, or I think it was gunmetal green or something. There isn't really a true color to it because it's custom. So when you have some markings, some spots you gotta make up, it's pretty hard to get it actually perfect. Also, it's painted in 1997. This car is a GT Mustang, which means it has all the GT components, which is exhausts, it's GT hangers, it's GT fog lights shown here. The brakes are disc brakes in the front and drum brakes in the rear, which is only unique to the GT cars. Otherwise, you have got drum brakes all around. This car, when it was new, it sold for over $4,000, and the average Mustang options were around $400 possibly. So when you have a base price of $2,300 and the average buyer used $400 on equipment, you get around $2,700 on average on the cars. But $4,000, it's pretty unique and pretty rare. This car, it has a unique place in my heart. And I'm looking forward to when I'm not here anymore, that my grandkids and all those stories you hear about cars that have been in families for decades, I'm looking forward to do the same thing. I'm the only boy in my family and I have sisters. So it's a special way for me and my dad to connect. We have this connection with cars. From when he was young, he had always drove around those European cars and something like that. But as time went by, he got into these American cars, and having that V8 engine under the hood is I really enjoy it. So you got these horsepowers, and you got this beautiful sound of the American V8, and it's something you really enjoy. So I really love this car. I don't know what else to say, so I really thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you are into that, and please show some love because more videos will come on this beautiful car. And yeah, if you like Mustangs, please follow me, because more videos on what this car is and all those stories I have to tell. I have a book with all these information on the car that I haven't told. This is just a sneak peek of what the car is. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.